Okay, back at the workbench trying to do some testing on some of the pieces that I have. Some of them have been sanded and cleaned up and painted black, but whether they actually work or not. So I need to go through and test a few different devices and see if they're going to work. And you put the starter switch back together. I've cleaned it up and painted it. The horn, and I painted it and made it pretty, but see if it's going to work. And then I have 2 starters and 2 generators, and see if during the process 2 years ago I actually cleaned up the generator, one of the generators and one of the starters, and see if those are actually going to work. I have another kind of rustier looking starter that I found in a box, and it doesn't have the Bendix gear and stuff on it, but whether it works or not. And I have another generator that I have that it's not in bad looking shape, but it doesn't have the band on it to cover it, but whether it would actually work or not either. So I can get to testing some of these pieces of electrical equipment for the Model A. Let's test and see if this horn will go and work. So let's see what it does. Got a 9-volt battery. Smaller battery. Well, I can tell that it spins and makes a noise. I just can't tune it because of the I'm running the wrong voltage. Okay, I'm back. I switched out. I was trying to use a 9.6 volt cordless drill battery, and it was running the horn, but it was running it a little fast. So I want to see. I actually went and pulled the battery out of my sport coupe that's up at my dad's house. Pulled the battery out of my car just to have a 6-volt battery. I'm not ready to buy a battery for the 29 yet because I don't need an extra battery that's going dead, and batteries nowadays are ridiculous expensive. So let's get to testing on some of the electrical components on a Model A. So I thought I'd do just a little maintenance video on the Model A horn. You can see this is a Sparton, and on here, if I get the video right here, it says 6-volt right there. And original horns were made by Sparton, and there's a few others that were made, but and then you have an adjustment screw up here, and you can see it says adjust. That adjusts the tone, and then this is the screw to get the cover in. So let me show you how you adjust the inside and perform a little bit of maintenance on it. All right. You should use like light oil, like sewing machine oil, whatever you want to call it, and put just a tiny drop of oil right there where that felt is, and right there, and then spin it over. Yeah, if it's in the car, you just have somebody push the horn. But you don't want to put too much oil, and then it'll start shorting things out. But just a little bit of oil there, and yeah, once a year. It doesn't need an excessive amount. But while talking horns, I thought I'd add that little bit to it too for lubricating. Just a little drop of oil on each of those little felt pad areas. There, right there. Thing when you're maintaining your horn, it's a good idea. I use this electrical contact cleaner. You know, it's a very light cleaner, and touch it on and turn the armature over, and see, you can see it's cleaning where the brushes contact, and where the magnetic fields, just to keep it clean. This is actually pretty clean. And just, you know, easy way to do it if it's in the car is you take the cover off and somebody just pushes the horn, and it'll spin this over for you. Or you can just do it manually with your fingers. There we go. It's nice and clean and oiled. So that's about all the service you have to do on a horn. Okay, we're going to take a look at the Aoogha horn, or I think they're really called the klaxon, which is a horn from a submarine, but we all know it as the Model A horn. So there's two screws, and on this one it actually says adjust, which is the tone of the horn. This other one is the cover hold down screw, and while I'm right here, this screw you need to make sure is the right length, that you don't want it to go all the way down and touch and ground out on the brush holder right there. So it has to be long enough to reach through the cover. So when the cover's on there, it has to be able to reach and get threads, which is, let's do the tape measure. So this one is right at 5/8. So, and it touches, and you have a little bit of thread that threads into the hold down. And the other thing when I'm talking covers is there's a little felt insulator that keeps water out, so that, you know, this is on the outside of the car and rain gets on it. You want to make sure that that still has the little you can see right there, there's the adjustment screw, but there's a little bit of felt washer right there that blocks any weather out. So inside you have two contacts for the motor, and we'll test it. I did other earlier video where I was trying to use this little setup and my 9-volt battery on. This is a little bit more accurate to tune the horn. Is actual 6-volt, and I don't know if you can see it. For some reason they put a 12V sticker on here, but this is a 6-volt battery. I checked this came out of my sport coupe, and I checked the voltage before starting the video, and it was like 7.1 volts. So I'm gonna just connect carefully so I don't break these off. They don't like, this heavy connector connecting on there, but so it's doing it, but it's kind of spinning a little fast. Not doing the Aoogha, so I'm going to tighten it down a little bit. But I can feel it. There's like stages or steps as you tighten it. I'm going to get it all the way loose. So you can see it's just the motor spinning. I'm slowly tightening it. That doesn't sound too bad. If you tighten it too much, it'll actually stop. If you loosen it too much, it spins faster. So you kind of need to turn it in and out until you get the sound you want. Turn it in a little bit more. It's slowing down. That's too tight, so I'm going to go back out. That doesn't sound too bad. Adjust it. When it's on the car, you can just go up to the cover and screw it in and out and have somebody push the button on the horn. So actually a little easier when it's on the car. So just when you're adjusting it, and put your wires back in here, and make sure you have that felt, and make sure your screw isn't grounding out. And if it spins, you should get a vibration noise, which turns into the klaxon. Anyways, that's it for the horn.